Okay, this time we're going to have a look at the Aerpro ADM2400 or ADM2400. This is a smart dock, a 3-in-1 smart dock for your iPhone. So let's get it open and have a look. It's wire tied in from behind. That always helps. Okay. Alright, a flexible arm, cigarette lighter, socket / charger, and the cradle itself. Alright, a release button on the side here to open the jaws. Got a tension adjustment on the back here, which extends this little, if I can do it, there we go, extends that little button section there to apply a little bit of pressure to the phone to stop any vibration. And you've got your lightning connector and your headphone style audio connector at the bottom there, with different positions for the iPhone 5, 6 and Plus. So memory, channel change buttons and an auto scan and power button. Alright, so let's have a look at getting this set up in a cigarette lighter socket. Now in this case obviously there's nothing to support the cigarette lighter socket, so the unit would probably just fall over. So what we can do is you can basically put the arm in a side type position and bend it back so that it will support its own weight. So in some vehicles you may need to do that also, so that it supports its own weight. And so now you've got your cradle there and it's resting on that gooseneck to support its own weight. Alright, so we'll pop the iPhone in. Okay. Okay, so the iPhone's powered up, the dock's powered up, it's on 88.8 megahertz at the moment. Alright, so now I've just brought the radio forward so that it's a bit easier to see. Okay, so we've got the phone set up in the cradle. At the moment it's at 88.8, so our radio's at 89.9. Now what you want to do is make sure that you don't set it up on a pre-existing station. So you want to put it on a frequency that's not being used by a commercial radio station or a local radio station. So we'll try and use the 88.8 that it's got in there as the preset. Alright, so 88.8 megahertz, as you can hear, is just a static station, so it's not a commercial or local station at all. So now we should be able to go into the music on the iPhone here and play a song. And it's transmitting on the 88.8 frequency, being picked up by the antenna and coming through the radio on the radio. So for commercial reasons we can't play the rest of the song, but you can hear that it's working. And yeah, you can also change frequency, so if you wanted to go to a different frequency, let's say we'll try 89.5. At 89.5 and the music's coming through. As you can see, the music's coming through perfectly again on the different frequency. So sometimes it might be a case of having to find a frequency that works particularly well for the area you're in, as you're going to get different radio frequency interference, etc., depending on the area you're in. So you want to try a few different radio frequencies until you get one that works really well for you. Now, as far as troubleshooting or any issues that you may have or come across, the one we've sort of covered with the mounting of the cigarette lighter socket. If you put it in your vehicle and it tends to be tipping over, you can actually rotate that mount and have it support onto something so that it's not going to fall or tip over in any way, like what we've done here, because that's a freestanding mount. Like, there's essentially nothing holding that up. So radio frequency issues, we've already covered that. Just make sure that you don't tune into a station that's already being used by a commercial or local station. And the USB function on this is purely for power. It's not a audio source, so you can't plug that USB cable directly into the USB on your radio and attempt to play music via the USB. That USB lead is purely to provide power to the FM transmitter in the base station. So the USB is for charge only. I think that's about it. That should cover most of the teething problems or troubleshooting that you may come across. Hopefully that's given you an idea of how to set up and use the product. So please enjoy using your ADM2400 by Aerpro. Cheers.